What's going on there, Gold Chasers? First off, shout out to the Los Angeles Chargers, formerly San Diego Chargers. They'll always be the San Diego Chargers in my heart. Shout out to the Chargers for the victory today. Loved it. You know, always supporting my team. It's hard being a Chargers fan. We don't got no rings, but we always show up and we always play a good game. Not always, but you know, hey, today we did. So that's all. We got to be happy for today. All right. So let's get into this 3-month update. All right. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's hard to believe that it's been 3 months already. When I first started this Zepbound challenge, I just couldn't wait to start. I couldn't wait for me to get a month in, 2 months in to see what my results were gonna be, if my results were gonna be just like everyone else, if I was gonna have different results. And I got a little bit of both of those. Some people lost a lot, some people didn't lose a lot, in a short period of time. I so happened to lose a lot, but I did do a lot to aid the Zepbound. It wasn't just the Zepbound. So you'll notice I'll say that a lot. If you're looking at getting into these GLP-1s, it's not just, taking a shot and waiting for the weight to fall off. You still have to go out there and work at this. It's something you're gonna have to do forever regardless. It's a tool, and if it's used right, you can be very successful. From what I've seen and from my results, you can be very successful at it. So let's get into it. All right, so if you're new to the channel, this is the BBWW, Big Back Weigh-In Wednesday. I know it's not Wednesday, but I just like that name, so we're gonna stick with it. So this is where, I take the opportunity for y'all to join me to unbig this back, all right? All right, so we're gonna get into the weigh-in. So let's get into it. I know that's what you're here for. All right. So we got that for you. So the last weigh-in, I don't think I've done one in about 3 weeks. So we're gonna go back 3 weeks. All right. All right. So we're gonna go back to August 23rd. As a matter of fact, that was the day after my birthday. August 22nd was my birthday, turned 44 years old, all right? I weighed in at 353.8 pounds. Why that is a big deal for me is because if you watch any of my prior videos, my first milestone is 350 pounds. So to be 353.8, that was very close, and I was really good with that. Again, I put the work in. So then we get to August 30th, 2024. My weigh-in for August 30th, 349.2 pounds. So I hit my milestone and I've gone and surpassed it. Not by a whole pound, but I surpassed that milestone, and that was, it was a great day for me, like I never thought that I could see these numbers on a scale ever again, ever again. So to see these numbers, to accomplish these things, to be successful, I am truly happy. And again, I say, Zepbound has been a tool in this, and I have used it, and outside of that, I have been putting forth the effort. Anyone who knows me and who's seen me out here, they know I'm out here putting in work every day. Regardless if you see me making videos or not, I'm still out here doing my thing. So now let's get to my current weigh-in. Now this weigh-in was on September 6th. All right, I weighed in at 346.7 pounds. All right, so now what that means for me is, although 346 is not a milestone, My heaviest weight that I've weighed was 443 pounds. All right, so with me weighing 346 pounds, that means I'm 3 pounds away from hitting 100 pounds loss. Now, part of that weight loss came before I started using Zepbound, but and that my heaviest weight was in 2022. So it's been 2 years, but actually June of 2022. But as you can see, it takes a long time to lose weight. Now, since I've been using the Zepbound, I've lost a lot of weight really fast. And if things keep going the way they're going, my next weigh-in, I should surpass that 100-pound mark. And I've never lost 100 pounds before. I've always heard of people doing it. So I've seen people do it, but I've never been one to say that I've actually done it. And so I'm very excited about that. This week is gonna be, it's gonna be a good week. Always gonna be a good week. But it's so funny when you have that goal right there. You'll have challenges. It seems like it's like you just need to lose that 1 pound, and it seems like that's the hardest pound to lose. But I believe in myself. I'm motivating myself, and I have no doubt that next week we'll be celebrating 100 pounds for my heaviest. Not 100 pounds since I started Zepbound, but 100 pounds loss from my heaviest weight. So I'm excited. I'm still in the gym. I'm doing my thing. So right now I'm at 346.7. Now, if we look back at where I started, I started June 7th, 2024 at 410.3 pounds. And today we are at 346.7 pounds. That is amazing. That is an amazing accomplishment. I don't know. I can't tell you how I did it. Well, I can't tell you how I did it. I cut down the food. I worked out. It helps. The Zepbound helps you with the discipline. I will say that. It helps you stay away from what you don't want to eat. For some reason, I crave fruit more. I don't crave candy. I don't crave greasy foods. Not to say that I don't eat greasy foods here and there, but it's easier for me to say no to them. And it's easier for me not to eat throughout the day, all day. I can pick a time and say, okay, this is when I gotta eat, and I'll eat. And then I, go work out, and throughout the day, I'm not starving. And I really, really like that. I really, really like that about Zepbound. It just keeps my hunger in check, and it keeps me active. Somehow, I still have the energy to continue to keep going to the gym. Even though I'm not eating, a whole bunch of food, I'm still able to go in the gym and perform. And I can't thank whoever created Zepbound enough, because you created a tool that has been very helpful for me, and I'm hoping it'll extend my life a lot more than it would have with me being 443 or 400 and above. All right, so let's look at the milestones that I've had in these 3 months. These are things that, besides getting down to my first milestone, which was 350 pounds, there were things that I had set out to conquer for this time period. And, there were just goals that I set for myself, and I completed them. The first thing, I was able to run on the treadmill. It had been so long since I ran on the treadmill, and it was so hard, and I was so heavy. When I would get on the treadmill and try to run, it would stop the belt. I guess it was too heavy, and the belt would slip and all that. And And that is embarrassing, you know, when you're in the gym, trying to get your workout on and you know, you almost fall off the treadmill because the belt slips, or, you know, it's just a bad look all the way around. And so that was something that I had to deal with, and I had to push through. And so I got to the point where I was running. I used the app called Running for Weight Loss, and I was running, walking, and able to do it. Like, I couldn't believe it. And so I was able to do that. We did a 5K. Me and my nephew did a 5K. We didn't run the whole 5K, but we did walk a 5K. And, you know, that was one of the things on my goal list for this time period, was to do a 5K. I used to do 5Ks all the time, and, you know, I fell off, obviously. And so I really wanted to do a 5K, and it was really good that I got to bring my nephew with me. He got to experience it. It was one in Long Beach. It was one of the kind of lower end ones, but it was cool to do it with my nephew. We got plenty more that, you know, on the horizon that we can look to do, but it was a good place to start, and it was good to start with my nephew because he's looking to, you know, work out and get in shape as well. Hiking. Now, in one of my earlier videos, I did a hike at Mount Rubidoux, and trying to hike it, I was by myself, and I'm telling you, like, I was going through it. It was so hard, so hard, but, you know, through this period of weight loss and working out, I was able to get back to it. I actually did Mount Rubidoux a couple times, at least twice, again with my nephew, and total different experience. I was able to get up there. I felt good. I didn't need to take breaks. Total different experience. It's like you're seeing your body, you're seeing your stamina, you're seeing your just everything about yourself change before your own eyes. You know, it's crazy. And so when I got to the top and I just felt great, it was just like, wow, like this is what I did. I did this. Like, it's crazy. It's just a crazy feeling. Cow's Mountain. I did that once, and I got injured, but that was one of my goals, was to do that, especially before the next thing. I wanted to do cows. I wanted to really challenge myself. I did Mount Rubidoux, and I thought that was going to prepare me for Cow's Mountain, which I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did more than if I would have went to Cow's without doing it, but Cow's is a beast, and I'm gonna have to do that more. I did end up falling, and I jammed my toe. I found out I had turf toe, and so that's taking a while to heal. So where I was running, now I'm kind of back to walking on the treadmill, and now I'm back to walking again, at least. Before, I was limping really hard, and so I would just, you know, do the elliptical, and that was what I had to do to keep working out. You know, that's the thing. You can't get injured and just stop. You have to keep going. You got to find a way to, you know, still do it. And it's not easy. Not easy at all. But again, you know, I did it. I felt really good. Went with my friend, Elisa. She did it. And then when I did Mount Rubidoux, I went with some friends as well. And so that was very good, you know, to have other people there to support you. But yeah, I was able to do Cow's Mountain, get up that mountain. I had to take breaks on that one, but got up there and it felt good. And then which leads us to the next thing, which was the Spartan. So where everything before this was hard, the Spartan was probably about 5 times harder than everything that I had done. I felt like I was gonna die out there. It was really hard. I didn't prepare myself And if it's one thing that I've learned through this journey is you need to be prepared for what you have ahead of you. So when I went to do the Spartan, I didn't eat anything before I went. I didn't drink anything. I was injured, and I just felt like, I can still do this. And I did it. At the end of the day, I did do it, but that was really, really hard. And if anything I've learned through this is, you got to try to make it as easy as you can, as easy as possible. When people, want to go work out with me, I don't want to deter them from working out by, having them climb up a mountain. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would deter me, like, if it was my first time working out. You have to do it all in moderation. Just like with food and drinks and all that, you got to do it all in moderation. And I think I bit off more than I could chew when I did the Spartan, mainly because of my injury and because I didn't eat or drink. But at the end of the day, I did it. I got my medal. I was happy. I learned a lesson. You don't lose, you learn. I learned a lesson, and I know that the next one, which I signed up for already in January 25th, in Paris, California, I'll know what I need to do to prepare myself to do much better that time around. So again, you don't lose, you learn. And I learned a very hard lesson that day. But at the end of the day, again, my nephew was with me. I didn't want to fail in front of my nephew. I know he looks up to me. I know he's looking out for me. And I didn't want to have them cart me to medical because I couldn't finish. So you can call it pride, you can call it whatever you want to. But I just didn't want to fail. And so I didn't. You'd be surprised what you can do when your options are limited, All right, and so, yeah, and obviously I got down to 350 pounds, and now I have surpassed that milestone. On to my next milestone, which will be 320. 320 is I feel that's a good milestone for me. 30 pounds, which seems so much more doable. When I was 443 and I'm looking at getting to 275, like, that is a lot of weight. But now, you got these bite-sized chunks, and even from 346 to 275, it doesn't seem like it's that much. But like I said, I'm gonna take it in moderation. Let's just worry about the 346 to 330 or 320. Let's get there to 320 and see what that looks like. All right, so the non-scale victories. All right, so things that the scale doesn't show you, For me, it was my clothes. Even this jersey. I bought this jersey about 3 years ago, maybe. And even when I got it, I wasn't able to wear it. I couldn't fit it. Couldn't fit it at all. So to be able to fit it and for it to even be, I got room in this bad boy, and I got 3 more like it. I'm charged out, so I'm good to go for this season. But it just feels great. But what I did was I went through my closet and got the shirts, like the 4XL tees, the pants that were 52 and above in the waist, my belts that were 50-52, and I bagged them up and I, sent them to Goodwill. They say that it's not good to keep those clothes because you'll eventually fit back into them, and I don't ever want to fit back into those clothes. And they was some good clothes too. Like, they was some really nice clothes. But, they gotta go. Cause I don't want to fit into those bad boys. I don't want to fit into them no more. Like, And, you know, when you're wearing bigger clothes and you're losing weight, you just look sloppy. And I don't want to present myself as sloppy. I'm not trying to, you know, flex on people or whatever and just be like, hey, you know, I'm losing all this weight, but I do want to look good. I want to look professional. I want to look put together. And that look is not a put together look. You know, to have the crotch in your pants sagging down and like the side belt loops hanging and the shirt just, and even, and when you're wearing the big clothes like that and you've lost weight, you still look big. You know, you got an oversized shirt on and your body is smaller, you still look big, especially if people are used to seeing you big, you still look big. So I want to look good for me. I want to look very nice. I want to look presentable. I want to look demure. I want to look mindful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to look like the work that I've put in to be where I am and to be where I want to be. So in order to do that, I need to wear clothes that fit the way I want them to fit. I want to look like I want to look. Now, I don't know who can relate to this, but you know, I'm used to like buying clothes that I like, that look nice. Oh, this looks good on a hanger, and or looks good on that model. But then when you put them on yourself, even though they fit, they don't look like they look on that model. They don't look like they look on the other person. And I've had this look in my head of how I want things to look on me. And to see things now fit the way I want it to fit, you know, I've talked about in one of the other videos, my pregnancy belly. Now, you know, obviously I'm not pregnant or I don't get pregnant, but I had like the beer belly, the pot belly, and you know, you could wear the shirts that you like to wear, but you still got this belly popping out, and it's not what you want to see. You're not fitting it the way you want to fit it. So that's pretty tough, you know. And the only way that you will is by putting in the work. So I put in the work. You know, the pregnancy belly isn't 100% gone, but it's not poking like it used to poke, and I really appreciate that. So I really like that. Besides that, yeah, you know, I just feel great. I feel great. It's nice to be able to tie your shoe without losing your breath, sweating. I mean, I used to sweat. Right off top, I reached down to tie my shoe and I'm starting to sweat. I'm getting hot. And one thing I started doing was I stopped buying shoes with laces so that I can just slip shoes on. I didn't have to worry about that. You know, you just start doing things to be more convenient to your body style, or to your to make you more comfortable being uncomfortable, I guess. And so I was doing stuff like that, and to now be able to do that. Another thing, I'll wear some nice slacks and a button-up shirt, and I'll tuck my shirt in. Now, I used to hate tucking in my shirt because, you know, we had that muffin. The muffin top was major. So you don't, as a bigger guy, you don't want to accentuate your flaws. You know, you don't want to make your stomach like the showpiece when you walk out. You don't want to make, you know, so you untuck your shirt. You try to make everything look as good as it can, you know. So now I can tuck my shirt in and I feel comfortable. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not, you know, at my goal weight, but I still feel that I look nice. I look presentable. I look professional, and that's the goal. And as long as I continue to do what I'm doing, it can only get better. So, yeah. And that is pretty much, yeah, my non-scale victories. I'm sure there's more, and I'll talk about them in other videos. This one's running a little long. So some of the challenges that I faced during this time, this 3 months, motivation, always a challenge. You know, doing something like this is hard, especially consistency is hard. Getting up and doing it every day is hard, especially in the beginning, because in the beginning you're used to not doing anything, and that's easy, you know, to not do anything, be lazy, sit around, chill, you know, that's easy. To get up on days you don't want to get up, go to the gym or go for a walk or do something physical, it can be very hard. And it is very hard. It is very hard to do it on a daily basis, especially when you have, you know, people around you who might not do it too. You know, it is always good to have a partner, but at the end of the day, all you got is yourself, you know? So you gotta make it happen. So motivation it was a lot harder in the beginning, but as I become a billboard for my brand, Goal Chasers, you know, and people start to see that I am doing what I set out to do, you know, people are asking me if they can come work out with me, which is nice, you know, because that motivates me. That's showing me that what I'm doing is something good, and people can see what I'm doing and want to join. And so for anyone who asks me to go, you know, I'll go, we'll work out, let's get it done, you know. My nephew wanting to work out with me, you know, it just shows that, you know, he sees something in me that he might want in himself. And so I'm more than happy to spend that time to not only have, you know, uncle-nephew time, but to help him get better. And it helps me get better, you know, because I don't want to let him down and I don't want to let myself down. And so, you know, I found a way to figure it out. And this is the best. It's best when you're in this mindset, because then it becomes a lot easier. You feel bad if you miss a workout day. You feel bad if you eat bad. You feel bad, like, you know, when you're not doing these things and you eat bad, you just feel bad because you're eating bad, and it's like, whatever, you know, I ate bad yesterday, I ate bad today, I eat bad tomorrow, whatever. But when you know you've been eating real good, you've been doing all the things, you're losing the weight, you know, you don't want to mess that up. You know that each time you go to that gym is another chance to make yourself better. You don't want to miss that. So this is the perfect mindset to be in. And so I really like it. I really like this. So another challenge for me was injuries. So I'm old. I'm old, and injuries are gonna happen. You know, and I know when I do like hikes and I do 5Ks and I do anything, like there's a chance, even working out, lifting weights, there's a chance that you can hurt yourself. Now, what you do after that is up to you. That's like, it's again, it's a challenge. Like, what are you gonna do now? How are you gonna overcome this? Because you can't, you really can't just sit it out and think like in 3 weeks I can just get back up and do it again. Depending on the injury now, you know, some things you just can't do anything, and you have to make sure you keep that mindset. Like, once this heals, I got to get back out there. But like for me, luckily it was a toe, and what I had to do was say, okay, all right, my toe hurts, you know. And it's funny because I was talking to a friend, and we were lifting together, and he pulled a muscle in his shoulder, and I was just like, well, all right, your shoulder hurts. That doesn't mean you can't walk, you know. That don't mean you can't. There's other things you can do in between time until your shoulder feels better, you know, so that you keep this momentum going. And then I hurt my toe. And so, it's like, okay, well, it's hard for me to walk. It's hard for me to do my thing on the treadmill. What is there that I can do? I got on the elliptical machine and I was able to get a good sweat in, get a good workout in, and work just as hard. And I was like, well, this is what I got to do. I was still able to lift the weights that I could lift. I could still do everything else. So now I need to change my plan, my workout plan that I had, to the elliptical, which I wasn't a big fan of at first, but it's become something that I've made, added to my routine. And again, like I said, I know this is what I have to do. So I do it. And so you just have to be flexible to change. When you get injured, you just gotta be flexible to change and change what you gotta do. Change your routine if you have to, but keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward. Another challenge I had, which was a tough one, I got COVID. I got COVID. Oh my goodness, I got COVID. Like 2 weeks ago, I got COVID. So I didn't know it was COVID. I just thought I was really sick. So I did take a day off and I was just like, what is wrong with me? And then after that, after that first day, I had congestion in my chest and it was hard to breathe. And so I was like, well, I still got to do something. So, I would go for walks and I was still just, because I know I just can't stop. So I continued to walk. I continued to try to work out and stuff until I found out I had COVID. Then I was like, oh, I can't be around people. And I didn't give anyone COVID, but I just knew that this is another hurdle that I'm gonna have to overcome because I'm not going back. Like Kamala Harris said, we're not going back. It's just not gonna happen, So whatever I have to do, I'm just gonna have to do. And so my workouts were harder when I couldn't breathe as well. But I still did them. I still did it. I still got a good sweat in. I still lost weight. I'm impressed with myself because these are things that, the first time I got COVID, which was in 2020 or 2021, one of the two, that took me out to where I couldn't do anything. I could. I didn't do anything. I chose not to. And I was on a journey then. And, I just decided to stop. And I don't know. So this time I wasn't going to stop. I was going to figure out what I had to do. If I can't be around people. All right, well, I'll just go walk outside and just do as many miles as I can do. I'll do push-ups in my room. I'll do whatever I can get in there, I'm gonna get in and make sure that I don't lose any of this momentum. I was talking to somebody today and I was saying you can sit here and work out for a year to get to a certain point, and then you can stop working out for a week and you fall so far back. It just takes that motivation and it's like throwing it away. So it's like, I can't do that. I can't, I've been doing this too long. I know what it feels like. I know what it's like, All right, so side effects, same as usual, not even the same as usual. I don't even have the nausea anymore. No nausea, no nothing, just, the constipation thing, I think I figured that all out. I take these pills and they're for your gut health and that helps tremendously. So at this point, I feel like I don't have any side effects besides the fact that I have to take those pills. But no nausea, nothing. I feel good. All right, so I've held you for a long time. Now it's time. Some of y'all love this. The gold shirt challenge. I haven't done one in a minute, so I'm not even sure what it's gonna look like, but let's get to it. All right, check it out. All right, so what y'all think? Still a work in progress, but I know, because I haven't seen it yet. I know it's gonna look better than it did last time. And as long as I keep doing it, I'm gonna fit into this jersey the way I wanna fit into it. Another thing is, another goal challenge I have is didn't know I used to be in the Navy, and we used to have dress blues, or had dress blue. I had dress blues from the Navy that I saved when I got out, and I still have them. And I remember there was a show called The Biggest Loser. Excuse me. It's called The Biggest Loser. And on that show, the first season, everyone brought in an outfit that they wanted to fit by the end of the show. And I remember somebody brought in their dress uniform. And so that gave me the idea of, something I want to do. I want to be able to fit my dress uniform. Now, when I got out the Navy, I wasn't able to fit my dress uniform. I got out of the Navy because of weight, and I got too big and I got too lazy. And so I have that uniform, and that's something that I do want to fit in. And that's my goal, to put that uniform back on, and I don't know, just put it back on, and I'll do a little gold shirt challenge for y'all. I don't know, gold uniform challenge, for all those who are in the military, who serve and who are veterans, thank you for your service. For everyone who has done it, the sacrifices that are made to be in the military, and some give some and some give all. I think that's the same, but I truly appreciate military. So that is, my challenge. I want to get those dress blues. I want to put them on. I want to feel good again. I want to feel like this guy in the picture in the dress blues. I want to feel like that guy, but he was 17. I'm 44. Different person. All right, now with that being said, if you're out there doing your thing, keep chasing those goals, enjoy the process, and respect the gains. And I'll see you at the next video. All right.